Okay, you guys ready to start your fun challenge? Excellent. What you guys are going to be participating in is the Diamond Reef Challenge that was designed by Buoyancy Training Systems Incorporated. There's a series of diamonds out there that you'll be negotiating as an underwater obstacle course for time and for points. We have the two courses that are set up side by side. You'll leave the shore and meet your dive marshals out at the beginning, and you'll both begin with diamond number 1. Now, at the time you registered, you got a little handout sheet that gave you some general information. So I'm just going to recap some of the rules that are involved. The diamonds, number 1 and number 7, the first two, are the first one and the last one, are 4-foot diamonds. They're the largest, and they are anchored on the bottom with the middle of the diamond at the 12-foot level, the safety stop level for diving at altitude. All the rest of the diamonds located on the bottom are between 1 and 2 meters off the bottom, somewhere around 5 or 6 feet, 2 to 6 feet off the bottom. When you start the course, you'll meet your dive marshal out at the surface at the start point. They will ask your names and record that. They will give you a short briefing of hand signals that they're going to use to indicate when you've contacted the diamond, when you've made it through successfully, things like this. This will be a chance for you to ask any questions if you have any at that time. This should take about 2 or 3 minutes. You're not going to be on the surface for a long time. At that point, you'll begin the exercise. They'll take you to the start of the first diamond, give you the okay to descend, and at that point, you guys will begin your descent. Now, remember the first step. Descend to diamond number 1, stopping about chest level at diamond number 1, and you do your ear, gear, buddy check. Make sure your ears are equalizing. Both people check the ears. If you're equalizing, then do an equipment check. Probably the easiest way to do that is the person being checked simply spin around. As you spin around slowly, the buddy should be checking for things like equipment is free, tank is not slipped, all BC straps are functioning, and everything is working the way it should be. There's no obvious problems before you start the course. This does not preclude the equipment check that you'll do on shore before you go out, just one before you start into the course. Now, once you've completed the ear, gear, buddy check on each other, then the first person will start into the diamond. Now, remember, you guys are a buddy team. You must remain within 8 feet of one another throughout the entire course. The way this will work is as diver number 1 goes through the diamond, diver number 2 will swim beside them, parallel to the diamond. As you go through the diamond, come back around, and diver number 2 will go through the diamond. As you penetrate diamond number 1, if you're going to go for diving ace status, you will need to complete a flood and clear of the mask. Now, the mask need not be completely flooded, only partially flooded, but you do have to have some water in the mask and cleared while inside the diamond. Once you've flooded and cleared your mask, continue out. You must take a minimum of 5 seconds between your neck and your knee for all diamonds. That's a relatively slow pace. So again, if you're going for diving ace status, you need to be counting to yourself. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, neck to knee. Any faster, points will be deducted. Diver 1 goes through the diamond, you come back around, diver 2 goes through the diamond. The 10-minute clock starts as the first diver penetrates the first diamond. From there, you have 10 minutes to complete the course. After you've gone through the first diamond, diamond number 1, then you'll proceed to diamond number 2, 3, 4, and 5. To qualify for diving ace, you may not make any contact with diamonds 2, 3, 4, or 5. This includes the diamond, the downline that has it anchored to the bottom, or the bottom itself. So you're going to maintain neutral buoyancy throughout the entire course. Questions about that?
Why, so both divers, the buddy can't be sitting on the bottom while the other person's going through. You must remain off the bottom.
Correct.
We have to go through one diamond, come back, then the other buddy goes through.
Correct.
Just can't do like 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then come back?
No.
No. No, diver 1 goes through 1, diver 2 goes through diamond 1, then diver 1 goes through diamond 2, diver 2 goes through diamond 2.
Do we do that at our own pace, Keith, or does the dive marshal then instruct us to penetrate the next diamond?
You guys do it at your own pace. Once your dive master gives you the down signal and okay to leave the surface, you guys are on your own. The only thing he's going to do is be scoring you, and if you go through a diamond and anything makes contact, they will point out the console, the octopus, your fins made contact. They'll remind you of that, so hopefully on the next one, you don't have the same problem. No contact is permitted for diamonds 2, 3, 4, 5 for diving ace. When you get to diamond 6, we get to have a little fun. This one you go through backwards, feet first. You'll position yourself outside the diamond, turn your feet to it, and again, using your hands, scull through backwards on the diamond. 5 seconds, knee to neck, no contact. You have 2 chances at that for diving ace. Okay? 2 chances. You got to get through it for diving ace. Once you've completed, that's diamond 6. Both people have done that. Then you'll proceed to diamond 7, where you will ascend to the safety stop for a 3-minute safety stop. If you have not departed the safety stop within 3 minutes and 15 seconds, the dive marshal will come over to you and give you the time okay. At that point, proceed through diamond 7. You've got to penetrate it. Again, 5 seconds neck to knee. Both divers go through that, then you'll ascend to the surface. At this point, the dive marshal will brief you on whether or not you have achieved diving ace status. They will not give you your score at that time because they're going to have another team possibly waiting for them. Now, at this time, you're free to go out and just do a dive for pleasure. You can come back into shore, whatever you want to do. If there's not a lot of people waiting in line to go into the course, if you'd like to go back and practice, that's fine. We would ask that if you're practicing on the course, watch for other dive teams coming through. And if you see a dive team coming, please move off the course, because remember, they're on that 10-minute clock trying for diving ace themselves. As soon as they pass, you can go back in and practice again. Questions about anything on the course?
The only time you have to flood your mask is if you're going for ace.
Only if you're going for ace. If you don't want to try the diving ace status, don't worry about the flood and clear mask.
It is good practice, though.
Now, this is all via our memory once we go down, right? We have to remember the safety stop backwards at 6. They're not going to give us any other instruction that turn backwards, go through.
Correct. If you're not sure, you can go up and ask them, you know, like number 6, feet first, and they'll say yeah, or something like that.
The diamonds are marked?
The diamonds are marked. Each diamond has a flag on it, 1 through 6, or 1 through 7.
The special ones are 1 with the clearing the mask, 6 backwards, and 7 safety stops.
Correct.
Before you go through the diamond.
Correct. Safety stop before you go through the diamond. Now, once you're done with the course, as I said, you're free to go play or what have you, then come back to the beach. Once you're back on the beach, you can get out of your toys. We've got munchies and drinks up there at the registration booth. If you want to have your equipment inspected, you can do that. But hang around. Make sure you have your logbook with you, because at the end of each hour, the dive marshal is going to come in. He'll get together with the people that he graded. He'll review your score, show you what your points were. Remember, you start with 200 points, and points come off for contact, going too fast, what have you. The purpose of the points is to give you a benchmark, a comparison between perfection and what you did, so that the next time you go through the course, you can see if you've shown any improvement. The score will reflect that. Remember, we're out here to have fun and have a good time. Remember to follow safe diving rules. At the time the dive marshal gets together, he'll give you your score, answer any questions you have. They will issue the stamp. They must place that in your logbook. And if you qualified for diving ace, they will issue the seal, and that will be placed in your logbook. Any questions?
Diamonds are numbered.
Diamonds are all numbered.
Little thing like this.
There's a little flag near the bottom, near the anchor point, and it has 1 through 7 on it. Okay? Okay, we have course number 1 is over on this side. Course number 2 is on, excuse me, other way. Course number 2 is that side. Course number 1 is over here. You see your dive marshals on the surface. Go ahead and get into your toys. You can head out to the diamonds, and as soon as you're out there, begin. Good luck, have fun. Show us perfect buoyancy control.
A couple last minute things. You should tell the dive masters when you arrive what ascent and descent ascent rate you're going to be using. Remember up here, no faster than 30 feet per minute, okay? But if you want to go slower, tell them. Okay?
Correct. Thank you, buddy.
On May 22, 1993, the Northern Nevada Diving Association sponsored the Diamond Reef Challenge course at beautiful Sand Harbor, Lake Tahoe, Nevada. The Diamond Reef Challenge course was designed to make divers more aware of their buoyancy skills and also of their diving equipment. Today more than ever, divers are visiting our coral reefs, and with that many divers, the fragile coral must be protected from careless divers landing on sensitive marine life due to improper buoyancy control and from dangling diving equipment. Upon completion of the Diamond Reef Challenge course, participants will earn the Diamond Reef stamp and have a raised awareness that will help them avoid damaging sensitive marine life and remain safer in the water. Those who ace the challenge every year will receive your personally customized Diving Ace validation seal and the respect of having earned the diving industry's only true regional mark of skill. Now on to the Diamond Reef Challenge rules and regulations. A buddy team is required, no threesomes, to participate in the challenge. Each buddy team will be escorted by a certified assistant or dive marshal during the dive. All divers must surface after taking the challenge. Absolutely no diving is permitted until the dive marshal gives the okay. The depth of the dive averages 30 feet and the length should not exceed 10 minutes. All divers who compete in the Diamond Reef Challenge are winners. Ultimately, the purpose of the challenge is to offer the diving consumer the opportunity to test their overall control skills, buoyancy control, simultaneous equipment handling techniques, hovering, controlled breathing, and buddy teamwork. The contest allows divers the time to practice and fine-tune these skills, raise money to help preserve the environment, and have fun with old and new friends. The challenge also gives out-of-touch divers the opportunity to receive quality feedback from one of our industry's most valuable players, the instructor dive marshal. Many divers may lean towards casual participation due to time constraints. This is a great time to ask questions and receive current updates on new gear and safety issues. The Diamond Reef Challenge Scorecard. Point system. All dive teams begin with 200 points. Penalties. 5 points lost for each incident. For failure to maintain buddy system, anything further than 8 feet apart. If any appendage touches the diamond, downline, or ocean floor. Ascent rate faster than 60 feet per minute or slower than 20 feet per minute to 15-foot stop. Ascending shallower than 10 feet after reaching diamond number 2 and before completing the 3-minute stop at 15 feet. 3 points lost for each incident. Passing through diamond faster than 5 seconds, measured from neck to knee. Physically assisting buddy through diamond. Failure to remain 5 feet from hover station number 7 laterally during the 3-minute safety stop. If course is not completed within the allotted time, which is 10 minutes. 25 points lost for each incident. Missing a hover station. Exemplifying any unsafe standard diving practice. And disqualification, exemplifying destructive behavior or lack of concern for other divers. And now on to the dive plan. Begin your descent after signaling your dive marshal and hover at 15 feet. Perform an ear, gear, and buddy check. Both divers must hover vertically at diamond number 1. Take turns spinning away from buddy so gear check may be accomplished from head to fins. If everything is okay, give the okay sign. If not, fix any problems. If ears won't clear, then ascend a few feet together. Withdraw from the competition if equalization cannot be accomplished. After completing the above safety check, scuba through diamond number 1, one at a time, horizontally. You may not play follow the leader. One diver swims through, partially fills and clears mask, and must take 5 seconds to pass through. The dive marshal will time you from when your neck reaches the opening until your knees reach the opening. The buddy partner who is assisting must stay outside of the diamond and follow their partner side by side to prevent a point loss. Once the first diver has successfully made it through, he or she swims back around to the front of the diamond with the second diver, and the drill is repeated with a second diver whose turn it is to hover through the diamond. Proceed through diamonds 2 through 5 the same way. Don't touch the bottom, the diamond, or the line. Buddy assistance, physical, is not permitted unless there is a safety problem. If so, repeat the exercise. Diamond number 6 is always fun. You must go through it fins first with face down. It is necessary to use your hands to water push or scull to get through. Proper weighting and careful breath control are also required to facilitate your efforts. Once through number 6, hover off the bottom at the base of the number 7 station with your buddy and look for your dive marshal to give you the OK signal. When he gives the OK signal, ascend to diamond number 7. The dive marshal will time your ascent to the 15-foot safety stop. Ascend at the rate as your buddy, slower than 60 feet per minute and yet faster than 20 feet per minute. Ascent rate must be predetermined by the team. If the ascent rate is too fast or too slow, the dive marshal will signal you both to descend to the bottom and try again. When your dive team reaches diamond number 7, your chest is even with the center at 15 feet, hover for 3 minutes. Your head must not get lower than the lowest point of the diamond or your knees higher than the top corner. The dive marshal will also time your stop. If you stay longer than 3 1/4 minutes, you will be signaled to take your turns through the diamond. Ascend to the surface when finished. Once at the surface, you will be escorted back to shore or a boat to get your logbooks validated by the beach master. Your points will be tallied up and posted. You will receive the current Diamond Reef stamp for your logbook, and please fill out the questionnaire. Remember, concentrate on your breathing. Do not try to conserve air during the dive, yet refrain from taking too long an exhale or inhale. Your buoyancy is most affected by breathing, so try to relax and breathe normally. This is an exercise in slow motion and attention to detail. Make sure your appendages are appropriately secured and you are using the proper amount of weight. See your instructor or dive master before the day of the challenge and ask about getting your buoyancy set perfectly. Although there may be a point score given for each buddy team during the challenge, it is solely to be used to create a bit of excitement for the group. All divers who complete the obstacle course and realize their individual weighting requirements will earn the prestigious Diamond Reef stamp. Possession of the stamp signifies a heightened awareness of one's environmental responsibility. It is this trait that will ultimately preserve our aquatic environment. Those divers who are capable of acing the challenge exemplify higher motor skill abilities and earn the Diving Ace notarized endorsement. Combined together, this annual validation recognizes the diver with a true mark of awareness and regional skill and should be proudly displayed in the logbook. We hope this program will give divers the incentive to try the Diamond Reef Challenge for themselves. Can you imagine how our ocean environment would benefit if every diver took the challenge? So come on, do it. Besides, it's fun.